The player of the month in the American League.
OPS 13-12, 13 home runs for Shohei Ohtani. He just missed the last time up too, and that was a fastball off the plate, and he almost got his hands out and drove out a long way.
Labos on the cut of the grass at third. Big shift defensively. Let's take a ride with another Shohei homer.
Boy, you knew he was going to do something special today. AL Player of the Month, selected to his first All-Star game, and Shohei just missed it last at bat, did not miss it at this at bat for Shohei Ohtani. 29th home run, 64 RBIs. Show me the money on that swing. Two buddies, both with home runs today. Jose Iglesias, Shohei Ohtani.
The ball was destroyed. Wow.
That's how you respond to a team scoring 4 runs against you right away, just like that. That's a similar pitch. That's an up and in 92-mile-an-hour fastball. That's a lefty throwing it, and Shohei going, you know what? I saw your bat flip there, Jared Walsh. I think I might as well do it myself.
He pointed that out, by the way, before the game, things that he maybe has improved upon. And it's this. He said, I've handled velocity and hit it out. Like I've handled velocity out over the plate from lefties and hit it out. So he shared that.
Look at that scramble for the baseball.
Nobody better. Nobody better. There may be more that hit it over the walls in these situations, but nobody better. Here's Shohei. 6'5". Oh, and 1 the count, a slider to Shohei. One and one. That was a changeup from Dylan Tate. Third inning. Liftoff.
92. Brings his hands in and lifts that baseball a long way. Home run number 29. We saw that Vlad Jr. hit home run number 27 today. He says, you know what, I need a little distance. By the way, how impressive was that? Vlad Jr. leading as far as the All-Star voting.
Fans did a great job this year. Kudos, fans. We really built a team on both sides. Ohtani crushes it. This one to left field. This one is gone. Wow. For Ohtani.
I've never seen anything like this. Power right center, power left field, and he knew it off the bat. Shohei Ohtani throwing the crowd. AL Player of the Month, first time All-Star selection, second home run of the game. Wow, must-see TV every minute of every day. Shohei Ohtani. Just like that, the Halos are up 7-6.
All right, if you're watching the replay of this and you were at the game, love you. Thanks for coming, but we needed a curtain call. Just passing that along. We needed a moment there. He deserved a curtain call. Just sharing.
I'm in shock.
History, the third player in Major League Baseball history with 30 or more homers, 10 or more steals, Sosa and Pujols. He's the only player in American League history to head into the break with 30 and 10. These are the first two tonight, Gooby.
Crushed it, fastball up. His fastball running away. He lines out to left field.
Mel Fry, the pitcher. 31 very effective appearances and a lot of strikeouts. One and 0 the count to Ohtani.
Yeah, not an overpowering fastball, but some movement to it for Fry. 89-95. You see his slider, also throw a changeup.
Two and 0 the count to Shohei.
If he brings that fastball down just a little bit, watch out.
Big swing, and it trickles foul. 2-1.
Well, Severino's in the right-handed batter's box, setting up for a pitch. Because he knows the power he has to left field, so you can't even hit the outside corner if he's looking out there.
Three and 1. Should they nibble around him, he still represents the winning run with a walk as the fastest man in an Angels uniform. Ohtani is on.
That's it. How about a catcher on a pitch like that? Usually he'll keep the glove there, try to get the strike. He's like, okay, I'm good. And he's set up so far off the plate. He wants to make sure if he misses, look how far he is set up, Severino. He is way off the plate. And he's like, okay, that's a ball. I'm all right with the walk.
Lefties hitting 190 against Fry. Righty's not much better at 221, but you go to the bullpen to bring in a lefty to essentially walk Ohtani. Now that lefty's got to face a righty, although you do have Walsh. There is strategy involved, but boy, you're taking a chance with this man who's really starting to heat up.
And you look at the defense set up by Baltimore, it's almost as if they're protecting a one-run lead. They are playing extremely deep. Even with Ohtani's speed, it's not going to be easy to score on a double. They are playing way back against Anthony Rendon.
Outside. Fry making his major league debut and pitching for Baltimore since 2018. In that time, only 11 total stolen base attempts against him, but 8 have been successful.
So you're going basically on first move.
Yet Shohei heading back to the bag that time. It's a strike.
Yeah, you're just basically, if you're Shohei, you're just guessing and going on first movement. But I think when you have Rendon at the dish, known for being a doubles machine, you let him try to score you from first.
Shohei takes off. Swung through, throw down, stolen base Ohtani. That's 12.
Tiny career high for Ohtani. So in a game he's hit 2 home runs. They're saying no. They're bringing him back to first to the swing, distracted the throw.
So Titchener comes out from behind home plate, negates that stolen base.
On the follow through, hit the helmet.
It's the right call.
Yep.
100%.
Even though it's accidental, it's the right call.
Yeah, 100%. Anthony does have that big follow through on occasion. So 1-2 the count. Boy, you really want to shock him. Just do it again right now.
Take a line drive to right center field here and watch him run around the bases.
Agreed. And he's used the right side tonight twice. It's wide open for him. That's strike 3.
backdoor breaking ball, a lot of the plate.
Has not allowed a home run this year. Paul Fry. Shohei's gone again. Throw down. He swiped that one. He got tagged up by the face, didn't he? He's in there.
Okay, so now that ties his career high. 12 stolen base in scoring position. Walsh, huge jump. How fast he is. Try to knock him off the base.
I think Shohei had to deal with not only a face tag, but a little swipe at the knee, then up accidentally.
The gentleman.
There's your winning run. Elite speed.
And now the outfielders are in now. Or closer in, I should say, not deep like they were against Anthony Rendon to take away his single.
Walsh lines it into right field. Here comes Shohei. The throw to the plate, the slide. The Angels win. The Angels win. They're going to take a look.
Shohei with that elite speed. Did he get the foot down?
Yep.
Yes. Yes, he did. I'm calling it.
Wait till they pop this up on the scoreboard. That is the ball game.
His new nickname is Walk-Off Walsh. Elite speed. That's the only reason why the Angels win this game, with that speed of Shohei Ohtani, because that ball was rocketed by Walshy. Stolen base.
Oh, baby, that's close, isn't it?
Oh, yes.
Woo! Incredible.
What a game, what a game, what a game. Wow. Elite speed to go along with power. Incredible. Shohei Ohtani Walsh walking it off again.
Crowd chanting MVP down below. MVP they're chanting. And it all happened because of the patience of Ohtani, who homered twice tonight. Jose is standing by with Shohei and Ippei. Guys, take it away.
Thanks, Darren. Well, first of all, this team coming back again for Shohei Ohtani. What does he see in this team being able to do those comebacks like they did in New York and now tonight?
前回の試合も今日もすごい逆転劇だったんですけど、その原動力となっているのは何でしょうか。
前回はね、僕が打たれてしまったので、みんなが取り返してくれて、今日は何とか自分が取り返したいなという気持ちで行きました。
Obviously, I had a rough one when I started in New York, and my guys picked me up. They all had my back, and today I was able to contribute in the win, so it's huge for the team.
What has contributed the most to this successful run you've had with the home runs?
ホームラン量産体制に入ってますけど、その秘訣は何でしょうか。
今日は、ね、すごいいっぱいファンの人が帰ってもらって、すごい気分よく打席に入れたので、そのおかげかなと思います。
Yeah, seeing all these fans, there's a lot of fans today, so that gave me a lot of energy, and that definitely helped.
And Shohei, To see the label All-Star next to your name now as a big leaguer, what does it mean to you?
大リーグのオールスター初選出、自分の名前の隣にオールスターっていうの文字を見てどう思いますか？
やっぱ特別な選手の、証というか、すごい興奮してますし、本当に多くの人に投票してもらって、感謝してます。
Yeah, obviously, it's a special thing to be an all-star. That was one of the things I really wanted to do. And I just want to thank everyone that voted for me to get me there. I really appreciate all the support.
Thank you very much. ありがとう。またね。
ありがとうございました。
Shohei Ohtani, I mean, what a run. Unbelievable what this guy is able to do on a daily basis. Getting the Angels going. He's got the power. He's got the legs. He's got the stolen base. And he has the ability to, make it home safely. A winner for the Angels thanks to Jared Walsh getting in Shohei Ohtani. We're going to break it all down. It's going to be fun. Alex Curry is more than ready. So is Gooby, so is Darren, and yours truly. And the Angels playing some good baseball right now. Comebacks being allowed. Yes, team effort all the way around as they roll against the Orioles. Stay tuned for Angels Live.
To put into focus the exact truth about the greatest player in our sport right now.
Yeah, it's a slam dunk. I mean, he'd have to not play in the second half, it's rare you go at the position player level / now him pitcher. It's rare you say at the kind of halfway point that someone's going to win the MVP. But that's how dominant he's been. It's the last time I can't remember anyone else saying slam dunk MVP at this point in the season, with so much to go.
He's such fascinating water cooler chatter, right? Because you've made the point a number of times on MLB Network that if he was only pitching, he might be the best pitcher in the American League, like a DeGrom-like profile.
No doubt. I absolutely, no doubt. I mean, he's not putting in the work for pitching like pitchers do. He just can't. So imagine if you're only part-time doing your job and you're pretty darn good at it, and you really don't have the reps. He doesn't have the innings yet. He's got every pitch that could dominate. And I'll tell you right now, I know people think I'm a little bit crazy when I say he'd be on the trails of Jacob deGrom if all he did was pitch. I'm sticking to it because that's how good he could be.
You and I, we called the game from the studio last night. Tom was on the field. Unfortunately, he had to witness the Dylan Bundy episode in the second inning. But you did get a really good look at Shohei Ohtani. You visited with him after the game. What did your eyeballs tell you last night?
Yeah, I was watching him before that first inning at bat. I mean, this is so impressive, watching him, because I want you to take a look at his routine in the on-deck circle. All he's doing is he's timing Michael King. He didn't take any swings there. He's just timing when he gets that foot down. Now he steps in the batter's box. And guess what? He's essentially still timing him. He still hasn't swung the bat. Still has not swung the bat. This is in the on-deck circle and in the batter's box. Now the count's going to get to 3-2, and King decides, I'm going to throw him a curveball, which he hasn't even seen yet. Are you kidding me? 117.2 off the bat. That's the fastest by an Angel for a home run since we started measuring these things in 2015. So in the on-deck circle, all he's doing is timing, looks at 5 pitches, and then swings at the first curveball he sees and hits it out. I mean, it was jaw-dropping stuff to watch this guy. His baseball IQ is as impressive as his physical skills.
He's on a pace, John, for the highest extra base hit total that the game's seen since 2001. When you watch him, and I know you play this game with yourself a lot, how would I get him out? What would you do?
It's got to be splits and soft away. I mean, you got to do, every once in a while, you got to make him conscious inside. But if you leave anything coming back towards the plate, he's going to crush it. He can go the other way, and he can pull it like we saw right there. I thought, in fairness, he was pitching this day, but Gausman had probably the best approach against him, and he really carved him up with that split-finger fastball. You've got to have something going away. You have to make him honest in. Look, he's probably sacrificing average to hit with slug, and he's doing a pretty good job at it because they pitched him pretty well after that. He didn't get another hit.
Yeah.
And I thought there was an opportunity to walk him, and I was surprised that they let Chad Green go right after him. So there's no doubt that he's got plate coverage. He's got discipline now. That, to me, when we were doing that game last night, I said, uh-oh, as a pitcher, the way he took those pitches in the first inning, is not a good sign for a pitcher. He wasn't jumpy. He wasn't trying to get out in front. And I'm telling you, he was too quiet for me to know that pitch right there, even though 9 times out of 10 it's a decent pitch, maybe not 3-2, but right in that wheelhouse where he smoked.
The pace he's on, 54 homers, 98 extra base.
All right, we got to get into this guy.
Yeah, there were so many pictures I was seeing on social media of people, even Yankee fans, texting or posting pictures of Ohtani warming up in the batter's box. I mean, he was the event. He was the thing to watch.
He was the event, and he didn't disappoint right out of the chute. And I sit there at night, and you try and the Tatises and the Trouts, and I get all of it. But can we lock in for a second what this guy is doing? It's otherworldly to think. He's got 26 home runs, and he's also their number one pitcher. We're going to dive into just his offensive stats because can you imagine him having 4 days to prepare to pitch or only focusing on hitting? It doesn't even make sense to me. Would he have 35 bombs right now if he wasn't a pitcher? Home runs, I mean, we're talking about MLB ranks. He's one. He's third in slugging, first in extra base hits, first in extra base hits and homers, and he's one of the best pitchers in the game. I don't know how to describe it, but just I'm blown away with just the sheer talent, the way he carries himself, the size of him. He looks like Aaron Judge from the left side in the box. He's humble in his post-game press conferences. Craziness. Weighted runs created plus he's third. So can we dive in a little bit? Let me take you through some ABs and some side angles. Because what he does with his back hip, I mean, he coils up like a snake. So let's go through it. I mean, there's Matt Barnes in a big spot in Fenway not too long ago. Tries to sneak a heater by him, and he absolutely destroys it. Left on left, slider, 0-0, 3-0 game. Mr. Cole Irvin, middle of the plate, just spins something, and he's on top of it, and his tush wasn't even completely under him right there. He sets the foot down like Albert Pujols does to kind of let his head take over. And then I want to take you through this at-bat last night. 96 from Michael King. Now, his bread's buttered with a nasty sinker, right? That's what he's known for. Kind of arm side run, 86, 2-1 count. Change up again, 3-1. So what are you sitting on? Pause this. That's a great pitch. That's an executed two-seamer up in the zone at 96 miles an hour. That's his bread and butter pitch. Look at the situation. Nothing, top one. You're going to be in a 3-2 count. Maybe think and go back to the well one more time. Run it. I don't think a hanging slider, and I heard people on the broadcast saying this wasn't a bad pitch. Yeah, it was. For me, it's a bad pitch selection in that spot. Rack that back. All he's got to do is drop the barrel on this pitch. Now, if it's executed down and away, maybe it's just a rocket shot, but it's going to be hit hard somewhere because that thing is in the honey hole for a left-hand hitter right there. And he doesn't disappoint. And as the night went on, he didn't get any more hits, but some of the hacks he took on some pitches, we'll get into it. Check this out. Pause this real quick. 3-0 count. I'm saying to myself, do they challenge him? Most in team history through June. Pujols, Mike Trout, what he's doing is crazy. Run this. 3-0. He's lucky he gets his ball back. I mean, he is on time. You hear me talk about Andrew Jones used to say you hit through the ball, not to it. I mean, he is hitting through the baseball. How about this swing off Chad Green? Are you kidding me? You think he's feeling good about himself? Run that back one more time. Look at this. This is Chad Green. I mean, I know he's 90% heater, but look at the hack he gets off in this situation. Look at the finish. He's at full extension, just totally confident in what he's doing. But the thing I notice about him is that kind of set that foot down and that coil of that back hip, and it's almost like a snap coming out of it right there. Watch him rotate off this front foot, boom, and throw that back hip at the baseball. The only one that kind of jumps out at me that does that a lot and coils like a snake is Bo Bichette. He kind of sticks that leg up and it's wham! He's getting every last inch into this bait. Pause this. Okay, this is his second homer in 2018, his rookie year when he first came over. I just wanted to take a look at it. Was he doing anything different now? Okay? First off, at address, his hands are in a different spot totally. He's a little wider in his base, and he looks about, I don't know, Lauren, does he look about 20 pounds heavier?
His hands are so much closer to his face.
Right?
Yeah.
So there is some subtle differences, but I wanted to check out, did he set the foot down? Because we were worried coming out of spring training. I wasn't, but people were talking about, is he gonna hit? Yeah, he's gonna hit. So run this real quick. Very similar setup. Kind of uses that front leg as kind of a kickstand to coil up that backside and just throw the back hip at the baseball. Look at the bat path. Run that back one more time for me, please. Now, let's go, Lucas. Bring it, bring it, bring it. Stop. Look at this extension. I couldn't get, you talk about the rubber band effect. I could never get to that position. My body didn't work that way. I could never get back here. I mean, he is at perfect launch. The hands are coming through, run this. Just wasn't athletic enough to get to that position. It's a different hack. He was looking to more stay on top of the baseball, drive it into the gaps. He is in complete control. Oh, and by the way, this is his ranks in pitching in the American League. 2.58 ERA, Ks per 9 are 4th. He's in the top 5 or top 10 in almost everything. I can't even fathom. I just think of the greats, right? Jacob deGrom, Max Scherzer, Clayton Kershaw. They have 4 days to prepare for their next start. I've been underneath. I mean, it's massages, it's acupuncture, it's lifting, it's sweating. He doesn't have the time. He's got to carry the offense as well. So what he's doing is just mind-blowing.
We've been asking for years, can he put it all together?
Yeah, seemingly
the
he
answer
has.
is yes.
Would he have 40 homers right now if he didn't pitch?
Yeah.
But Ohtani, all eyes on the Japanese sensation, Bill. And look, you can debate whether you think he should do both or how they should use him from a pitching perspective, whether he should become as closer. But the bottom line is he's getting it done.
It's one of the most unique things I think we'll ever see in baseball. It's pretty amazing story. And, you know, we've talked about this before. I like Dan O'Dowd's idea about pitching him in the back end.
Right.
You know, I'm thinking about him hitting, raking, and then he comes in and closes the game out. But I'm going to show you 4 things.
Okay.
And then he's got everything in between. First of all, he has this. That's a hundy. Second of all, he has this. That's the split. Then when he gets to a bat in his hand, he can flip a ball off balance over the green monster that way. And then if you bring a left-hander in, he has the ability to climb up on 94 and go bridge as well. So those 4 things right there that you see, we haven't seen anything like this dude, right? Who's in the big leagues that can stand in the batter's box and do those 2 things. Flip a ball that way for a homer, and then climb up on this.
Right.
Oh, by the way, stand on the bump and throw a hundy.
Right.
And this thing is just, it's ridiculous. So I don't know where this is all going to go.
Right.
But I said last night, I said, what, do you have a 3 or a 4 starter in him? No, he's better than that.
Yeah.
And it's probably, arguably, he's a 1 starter on, I don't know, 20 teams.
Right.
Right? He might be a number 2 on about 10 teams. So you're looking at a guy, and he's leading the planet, in homers. It's not the American League. He's leading both leagues in homers. So when you have these 2 things out of 1 player, I mean, you sit here and you scratch your head. I don't know what's going on. And he runs like a
Gazelle.
Yes.
I mean, yeah, he's and look, Joe Madden had to put him on the right field just to keep him in the game once before he brought him back. But he could play outfield. He could put him in center, whatever. Maybe with Mike Trout down a little bit, take a spell out there. Some numbers here to back up what you're saying too. And look, like you said, we've never seen it before. So look at as a hitter. I mean, 98 total bases, 14 home runs in the barrels. There you go. And then as a pitcher, oh, by the way, 2.10 ERA. I mean, he can make people look silly up there, striking them out. And, you know, opponents are hitting just 126 against him. His splitter in particular, he's got 28 Ks, and hitters are just 1 for 36 against that splitter.
And the amazing thing, too, though, is you look at the board that was there, and at first I had to scratch my head because the barrel percentage thing kind of threw me off at 13.8. Right. He's got 14 big flies.
Right.
I can't do a 13.8, but 14 of them are up in the seats. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to say one of those was a cheapie or somewhere in that category, the fact is he's first in homers. He's first in total bases. He throws a hundy. He throws a split that you can't hit. So I guess his only demon would be on the mound. Can he throw enough strikes to be able to be the dominant number one or number two that a team wants? And the Angels, they need a dude at the top of the rotation that they can say, okay, this is win day. And wouldn't it be cool today if he's hitting second? He's leading the league in homers anyway. Might as well go ahead and jump ship again and throw 6 blanks up there on the board and see what happens.
20 walks in 25 2/3 innings. So that's the one place, if you're going to go somewhere, maybe you can go and say you can tighten up the control just a little bit. Indians and Angels coming up here live on MLB Network.
Proven as a hitter and a pitcher, but can he do the same things at the same time and stay healthy? He's only, Joe, going into his age 26 season, which is amazing. You saw a little bit of it last night. Can it happen? Before we get into the game itself, do you think this can happen at the same time, pitching and hitting?
I'm a fan of trying it because of just how fun watching last night's game was. I mean, the guy who was the starting pitcher in the game hit the hardest exit velocity homer in the StatCast era for the Angels. And Mike Trout is on the team, right? Justin Upton is on that team. The guy who pitched last night has the hardest home run of the StatCast era for the Angels. He also threw a pitch over 100 miles an hour, I think 9 times last night. He went 100. It's right. You know, like we think of our sport more and more as a regional sport. What makes it national? Well, I wasn't going to miss that. That made it national for me. So I hope he continues to try it, and I hope it works, because it then will encourage others to do it.
All right. You don't sound overly optimistic, but you want it to work. Right. You want it to work.
Same thing. I really, really want this to work. Were I to bet on it, I don't know if I'd bet on it. I don't know if it's statistically likely that it will work. I mean, we've seen 3 years here where it hasn't worked. It did work in Japan for 3 years, but not over here. And so I don't know how likely it is, but it's so great to be able to see stuff like last night and know the possibilities, right? Know that we're seeing something, because when we cover this game, you know, for decades, it's really fun to see something that you've never seen before. Right. That was last night, and he offers that promise for as long as he's playing. And credit to the Angels for, after 3 years where it didn't work, for trying again. I don't know how many more years they'll try, but they're going after it again to make him the full